Imagine a 7-seat SUV that looks like it was designed to challenge the big names in the segment, packs a turbocharged engine with up to 254 horsepower, and comes from one of Cambodia's own automotive brands. Sounds surprising, right? Well, this is the GTV KIAN, and today we're taking a closer look at why this SUV is getting attention. Hi everyone, welcome back to Motor Zone YouTube channel. Today, we're checking out the 2026 new GTV KIAN, a mid-size 7-seat SUV that combines a bold exterior, a technology-focused cabin, family-friendly practicality, and surprisingly strong turbocharged performance. And the interesting part is that the KIAN isn't trying to look like an ordinary family SUV. From the moment you see it, the design is clearly focused on making an impression. Starting with the exterior, the GTV KIAN has the kind of road presence that makes it look substantially more expensive than you might expect. Its proportions are clearly designed around the midsize SUV formula, but the styling gives it a much more aggressive personality. The body measures around 4,738 mm in length, 1,968 mm in width, and 1,708 mm in height, with a wheelbase of approximately 2,820 mm. Those dimensions give the KIAN a wide and planted stance, while also helping create the interior space necessary for a 3-row, 7-seat configuration. Move toward the front, and the first thing that catches your attention is the large grille. It gives the SUV a strong visual identity and makes the front end look wider and more confident. Instead of a conservative family sub appearance, the KIAN uses a much more modern and sporty approach. The grille is surrounded by sharp design elements that work together with the headlights to create a sophisticated front fascia. The LED headlights are another major highlight. They provide a modern lighting signature and give the front of the vehicle a distinctive appearance, especially when viewed at night. The lighting design stretches visually across the front, helping emphasize the width of the SUV. It's the kind of detail that gives the KIAN a more premium character without relying on excessive decoration. And then there are the wheels. The KIAN can be equipped with large 20-inch sport alloy wheels, which are exactly the kind of wheels you want on a vehicle with this type of design. They fill the wheel arches nicely and give the SUV a stronger stance from the side. The side profile is also interesting because the body combines a practical SUV shape with several modern design touches. One particularly noticeable feature is the flush-style door handles. Instead of traditional handles sitting prominently outside the body, the flush design helps create a cleaner and more streamlined appearance. The roofline remains practical enough for a 3-row SUV, while the large glass area helps the vehicle maintain a spacious visual profile. At the rear, the LED taillights continue the modern theme. The rear lighting stretches across the back and gives the KIAN a wider appearance, particularly at night. The overall rear design feels clean, muscular, and contemporary. Put everything together, and the exterior of the GTV KIAN is probably one of its strongest selling points. It doesn't look like a basic 7-seater designed purely for practicality. Instead, it tries to combine family functionality with a sporty and premium appearance. But the exterior is only half the story, because once you step inside the KIAN, the focus immediately shifts from styling to technology and comfort. The cabin is designed around 3 rows and 7 seats, making this SUV particularly interesting for larger families. That extra seating capacity means the KIAN isn't just about looking good in a showroom. It's designed to carry people and handle everyday family duties. The dashboard immediately gives the cabin a modern feel. One of the biggest highlights is the 12.3-inch digital instrument display. Instead of relying on traditional analog gauges, the driver gets a digital screen that presents important vehicle information in a much more contemporary format. Next to it is an even larger 14.6-inch touchscreen infotainment display. And this is where the KIAN really starts feeling like a modern vehicle. The large central screen gives the dashboard a clean, technology-focused appearance and provides the main interface for entertainment and vehicle functions. For drivers who spend a lot of time in their cars, having a large screen like this can make navigation, media, settings, and other functions easier to access. The cabin also includes a panoramic 360-degree camera system, which can be extremely useful when maneuvering a vehicle of this size. When you're driving a nearly 4.7-meter-long SUV, visibility around the vehicle becomes important, especially in crowded parking areas and tight urban streets. A 360-degree view can give the driver a much better understanding of what's happening around the vehicle. There's also wireless charging, which is becoming almost essential in a modern SUV. Instead of connecting your phone to a cable every time the battery gets low, compatible smartphones can be charged wirelessly while you drive. The KIAN also features an electronic parking brake and auto hold. These may sound like small features, but they can make everyday driving more convenient, particularly in heavy traffic. And then there's the panoramic sunroof. This large glass roof adds another layer to the cabin experience by allowing more natural light into the interior. For passengers sitting in the second and third rows, that extra light can make the cabin feel more open and less enclosed. That matters in a 3-row SUV because the third row can sometimes feel dark or cramped. A panoramic roof helps create a more spacious atmosphere throughout the cabin. The overall interior philosophy seems to be simple: make a practical family SUV feel more premium and more technologically advanced. With 7 seats, the KIAN also offers flexibility. You can use all 3 rows when you need maximum passenger capacity, or adjust the seating arrangement when you need more room for luggage and cargo. That makes the vehicle suitable for everything from school runs and daily commuting to longer family road trips. And because the SUV is fairly wide, the cabin has a substantial presence from the inside. The combination of digital displays, large screens, panoramic glass, and modern controls gives it an upscale atmosphere. But now we arrive at the part that could surprise you the most. Performance. The GTV KIAN has been reported with two turbocharged gasoline engine options, and the stronger one is particularly interesting. The first option is a 2.0-liter four-cylinder turbocharged gasoline engine producing around 254 horsepower and 390 Nm of torque. That is a serious amount of power for a 7-seat midsize SUV. Power is sent through a 7-speed automatic transmission, giving the KIAN the kind of powertrain combination that should feel comfortable both around town and on the highway. With 254 horsepower available, the KIAN isn't simply designed to move 7 people from one place to another. There's enough output here to give the SUV a more energetic driving character. Press the accelerator, and the turbocharged engine should deliver a strong wave of torque, particularly when you need to overtake or accelerate onto a highway. And the 390 Nm of torque is especially important because torque is what helps a heavier SUV feel responsive in everyday driving. But there's another engine option for buyers who may prioritize a balance between performance and efficiency. The second engine is a 1.6-liter four-cylinder turbocharged gasoline unit producing approximately 194 horsepower and 290 Nm of torque. That's still a healthy amount of power for a family SUV. The 1.6-liter engine also offers 3 driving modes: normal, sport, and eco. Normal mode is designed for everyday driving, giving you a balanced response between performance and comfort. Sport mode sharpens the driving character and is the setting you'll probably choose when you want a more responsive accelerator and a livelier experience. Then there's eco mode, which focuses on efficiency and smoother power delivery. Having multiple driving modes is useful because not every journey requires the same type of performance. During daily commuting, eco or normal mode can make more sense. On an open road, sport mode can provide a more engaging experience. Now, when it comes to top speed, acceleration figures, and official fuel consumption numbers for the 2026 model, those figures should be confirmed by the manufacturer for the exact market and specification. Rather than inventing numbers, it's better to focus on what we actually know. The KIAN offers a choice between a 194 horsepower 1.6-liter turbo and a much stronger 254 horsepower 2.0-liter turbo, giving buyers 2 distinct approaches to performance. And that's actually one of the strengths of the vehicle. The smaller engine makes sense for buyers who want a practical family SUV with respectable performance, while the 2.0-liter turbo is the choice for drivers who want considerably more power and stronger acceleration. On the road, the KIAN's midsize dimensions should make it more manageable than a full-size SUV while still providing the commanding driving position people expect from this category. The wide body and long wheelbase should also help contribute to a stable feeling at higher speeds. Meanwhile, the suspension setup has the important job of balancing comfort with control, especially when the SUV is carrying several passengers. And that's really what makes the GTV KIAN interesting. It isn't trying to be just one thing. It's a 7-seat family vehicle, but it has sporty styling. It's technology-focused, but it still prioritizes practicality. And depending on the engine you choose, it can offer either sensible turbocharged performance or genuinely strong power for its class. The 2026 new GTV KIAN represents an interesting approach to the modern SUV market. It brings together a large grille, LED lighting, 20-inch wheels, flush door handles, 3 rows of seating, a digital cockpit, a 14.6-inch infotainment screen, panoramic roof, 360-degree camera, wireless charging, and turbocharged engines. Most importantly, it has its own identity. In a market where many SUVs are beginning to look increasingly similar, the KIAN stands out by combining an aggressive design with a surprisingly technology-rich cabin and practical 7-seat capacity. So, is the GTV KIAN worth watching? If you're looking for a midsize SUV with 3 rows, a premium-looking exterior, modern technology, and a strong turbocharged engine option, then absolutely. The 254 horsepower 2.0-liter turbo is especially impressive on paper, while the 194 horsepower 1.6-liter turbo gives buyers another option for everyday driving. The KIAN may not have the same global name recognition as some of the established SUV giants, but that could also be part of its appeal. It's different, it's bold, and it's clearly trying to prove that a new automotive brand can compete by offering style, technology, space, and performance in one package. And if the GTV KIAN continues developing in this direction, future versions could become even more interesting. So, what do you think about the 2026 new GTV KIAN? Would you choose the powerful 2.0-liter turbo, or would you go for the more efficient 1.6-liter turbo? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Motor Zone, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming car reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.